welcome to Dollywood. This has been a bucket list park for me for a better part of 25 years. And now I'm finally here on what is probably the last bucket list park for me to visit in America, for sure. So very excited to be here. In fact, this is an epic vlog that I'm going to be treating you today, because this is the second day actually that I've been to Dollywood, as I did the complete cycle of coasters yesterday. I'm going to be piecing together 2 days worth of coverage in today's vlog. Thus, the weather conditions are a little bit different today as they were yesterday. Thus, you're going to see some different variations in the coverage and the weather because of that, as it was overcast yesterday. We didn't have a chance to go on Barnstormer yesterday, but today it looks like it's a walk-on in the morning. So we're going to do this first. I'll let you know how I feel on the way out. My initial impressions of S&S Screamin' Swings were not that positive. I thought they were pretty tame rides, but after this one and the one at Silver Dollar City, I'm starting to change my mind a bit. A lot more force, and I actually know a lot more about the ride system now and the pressure that actually depletes over the age of the ride, so it makes sense that some of them were not as intense as others, but that was a good one. About an hour wait for Lightning Rod, despite it saying 45 minutes. The main reason why is because everybody started collecting up and fast passes appeared out of nowhere, so I'm sure it's going to be on a 2-hour wait before we know it, but I'm glad I got it in for my second ride. Both rides were sort of in the middle of the train, taking advantage of the single rider situation. You always have to do it. Didn't get the back, but I don't think it would have made much of a difference as far as my impressions of the ride are. I hate to say it, but I definitely think this is one of the most overrated rides. I don't even think with its original launch speed that it would have changed my perspective on it. It is fairly fast. Obviously it's a fast coaster, so it goes through the course very quickly. But I'm not really an airtime person per se. I like more intensity in my rides. It obviously was very problematic back in the day, and they had to make the changes that they did. But yeah, the layout of the course, yeah, it's really an airtime machine for people that love that kind of thing. I just found Outlaw Run a way more intense ride and really more my speed as far as packing in a little bit of everything. There's no inversions, obviously, on Lightning Rod. Not that it matters, but for a park that's a little bit inversion light, like this one, I think it probably would have benefited from at least one through the course of that track. It is a very difficult beast. I'm glad I got on it before it changes next year. It's going to have a lift hill chain instead of a launch. Not really going to change the experience, because once you get up there, it really slows down towards the top to a lift hill speed, I would say. So yeah, all right ride, definitely decent. Isn't the best one here in Dollywood. I'm still on the fence on that one even. I think Thunderhead might be the best ride here, which is a popular opinion here right now, and that's obviously not going to change, because that GCI is running beautifully. Nothing to take away from Lightning Rod. It is an excellent ride. I just don't think it's one of the best in the world, and I don't think it really deserves the credit for being one all those years. If you've been on roller coasters throughout the world, then you know that it's certainly not. I would automatically put X2 and Ejanaika above it easily, so yeah, it's a little bit of a weird one. I obviously definitely enjoy Steel Vengeance more than this ride too. It's not really a fair comparison, but it is the same company, so it is what it is. But glad that I finally got on it. Definitely one of my last bucket list coasters where I can finally do my list of favorites for you guys. So part of the reason probably why I'm here. All right, let's carry on. It's obviously gotten quite sunny here. It's a beautiful day, but now the park has definitely gotten much busier. I'm gonna go into the kids section just to give you an idea what it looks like, get some nice shots. I'll give you my impressions of other rides as I go around the park one final time before I leave, before coming back later on tonight. There's nothing actually here for me to ride in this section, because it's all kiddie rides, even though they say there's going to be some thrills. Not for me. Now, one of the biggest things I'm noticing about this park, however, it's similar to the other Hershon operated park that's well known, is there's a lack of flat rides for sure, which equates to pretty big waits for the roller coasters because of that. So it's understandable that the ride wait times are what they are here. Dollywood Express is closed again for today. Maybe we'll get it during the winter period. Our next visit here in a little over 2 months' time. Park, don't get me wrong, but I feel that if I had gone here first before going to Silver Dollar City, I might have had a different impression of Dollywood. But I will confess that even, I gotta be honest, the lady at the front gate who sold me my season's pass was very honest about that too when I was talking about Silver Dollar City, and she's saying, oh, I can't wait to go there one day. I hear it's a lot like what this park used to be. So I feel like Dollywood's become a little bit more commercialized over the years. No strange thing in the sense that a lot of the rides here are not actually that intense. They're more family oriented. So if you're looking for a thrill, this is definitely not an enthusiast park. This is definitely a theme park with a very specific theme for that matter. I'm actually surprised considering I'd heard many good things about the theming and stuff here of this park, but I'd say that the rides lack that incredible theming that you get at, say, that other park. Some rides are themed very well, whereas others are kind of a little bit more basic, like Wild Eagle. Although the statue in front of Wild Eagle is amazing, don't get me wrong. But you definitely feel the original impressions of when this place was actually a Silver Dollar City, which was very brief. But there's a big realization that I had when I went on one of the rides just ahead of us.
What's in there?
It is Harvest Festival season here at Dollywood, including Pumpkin Nights, or Great Pumpkin Nights, their illumination event, which will give you lots of coverage from last night later on in the vlog today. As you can see, there's certain sections of the park that are bedecked in pumpkins and light up over the course of the evening. It's surprising actually that since Dollywood is over twice the size and acreage as Silver Dollar City, technically. It feels like a smaller park to me than Silver Dollar City, oddly enough.
Keep holding on.
It's November 1st.
Giving up, no, I'm not turning round no more. By the grace of God, I'll wear a shining crown someday.
Clearly a remnant of the days of when Silver Dollar City was solely running this park. You have Blazing Fury, which is literally an identical ride almost to Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City. However, this one will be the only one left of its kind after this year. It's a decent ride. Some of the settings and decor inside are slightly different, but if you've been on Fire in the Hole, you know what to expect with this ride. So I won't really give much of an opinion on it other than it's a decent family ride. It was fun. The trains are longer as well, I noticed, which is unusual compared to the original. But I've now been on both, which is nice. It's a good ride. Definitely a one-rider when you visit this park, however. With the park being as light as it is in this section, it'd be silly not to. So let's do a little Tennessee Tornado. Walk-ons are nice.
Okay. Go ahead, lift here. You ready to go? 70 miles per hour, upside down 3 times, make some noise. Enjoy your ride.
Tennessee Tornado. That is an aero nostalgia ride. If you love aerodynamics coasters like I do, it really is bittersweet because you can only think about where they would have gone in the direction of that company with rides like that. And with X, obviously, debuting only a year after that. There's a fascinating history with that ride in the sense that, unfortunately, the park ran out of money, so they couldn't finish the track and had to shorten it before it opened. Presumably, it would probably have ended with a final helix to make the tornado aspect of that ride make a little bit more sense. With the loop that sort of like just changes direction midway through the actual cycle of it, and yeah, just some very weird elements that are super smooth for an aerodynamics coaster. It's 24 years old now, so it should start feeling the part. There's a bunch of trees that were cut down inside that area too just recently, so it's fascinating. And who knows what they have planned for that section. Maybe there's a limited life left for Tennessee Tornado, who knows. Some reviews on rides that I'm not going to get in the day today, possibly later on tonight. Fire Chase Express in the background. Decent ride, definitely a family coaster. Packs a little bit of fun for everyone. You got to launch forwards, you got to launch backwards, you've got a big drop or a lift hill with a fairly big drop. I liked how it's situated on the hillside, so because of all those elements, you don't really know when exactly the biggest drops are going to come, and sometimes they're at the second half of the course, which is definitely good. Lots of good airtime moments, great for families, great coaster to kind of prep kids for bigger thrills later on. Is it worth the 90-minute wait that it's on right now? Certainly not in my book. I would probably ride this at night more than the daytime, because at night you get a lot more of the effects in the shed, and the lighting is a little bit more effective for the experience. In the day, it seems pretty decent, but yeah, it's just such a crazy wait that I'm definitely going to give it a pass, maybe for another day.
That one rod, I was just screaming just for screaming.
Wild Eagle behind me, my first ride on it last night. I did get another ride on it this morning. I would say one of my favorite wing coasters now. I wasn't too impressed with it last night, but then during the day you get a better view of everything in sightline. This is a pretty coaster, much like Wildfire at Silver Dollar City. If you're not going to do this ride during the day, it's almost like there's no point in doing it. Also, these B&M wing coasters, they're not my favorite design. I find them relatively forceless and too smooth. But this ride really kind of captured what that experience is supposed to be about, with the Eagle theming and it being on top of the hill. So you get a lot of great views, but you don't get views of it down here, because yeah, it's not exactly the easiest thing to actually cover because of all the trees and everything around it, and it's really pushed back into the center of the park. So very unique, fun ride. Second best, I'd say, wing coaster I've been on. So yeah, it was impressive, and I definitely enjoyed it.
All riders must have upper body strength and control.
Alrighty, new runners, let's get down to collect all the circles that get something for me. to complete. Final stop, man. Exit to your left. Collecting loose articles from my sword after this.
Yes, must be able to sit up straight.
Go do that drop line ride.
Mom, Dad.
In the background, you can see Mystery Mine. What a frustrating ride Mystery Mine is. So many people defend it for being one of the best rides in this park, and I guess technically that would be the case because there's not many to compare it to. But is it a great ride? Is it another ride that's worth more than an hour wait? In my book, no. I found the drops to be fairly underwhelming, especially that first drop. Maybe if I had gotten on this ride before the modifications, I would have enjoyed it more, but it just seemed a little underwhelming and more about the showpieces than actual thrills per se. I think it's a suitable ride for this park. However, I don't think it deserves universal praise because it wasn't really that great, to be honest.
Down the hill.
more looser with my vlogging here in Dollywood. I have to say, this is one of the hardest places to navigate when it's busy. It is crazy. Think Disney World, but even at a more relaxed pace, because that's what you're dealing with here. Literally everybody is going in a sea in one direction here, and there's nobody in the direction we want to go, which is probably a bad sign. We can't really say we're surprised. However, Lightning Rod is down. This is probably one of the hardest night rides to get these days because of the fact that it overheats so much to the point where it is probably well known it's only running one train for the entire time that I'm here, probably to lessen the amount of damage already done to this ride. However, because of that, I probably initially wanted to come here at the end anyway. So we're gonna try to get it on it before the night is through. It didn't come up last night, but we can always cross our fingers before we head out of Pigeon Forge. It's time for a little Hoot Owl Hollow. This area was not covered. If you want to beat the crowds and the kids and everybody running around, come at this time of night. There's that guitar again. Okay, now it's come to life, which is really cool. Blazing Fury is a walk-on, and I got time, so we're going for it. If you've seen the Silver Dollar City vlog, you'll probably recognize this, that's for sure. And I don't mean Blazing Fury. All done putting out fires for another year. It's a fun little ride, Blazing Fury. I'd say, yeah, once a day. It's not really a re-rideable ride, but certainly fun. I do like the fire effect on that final drop that they have on this version versus the one at Silver Dollar City where they actually have water, so very effective.
I might just give you my phone.
Point out a glaring problem with this park with breakdowns. Obviously Lightning Bolt has had a litany of problems, which is why it's the last year of its launch, but we also have now Mystery Mine down. Because of that, it really leaves limited options for bigger rides at the end of the night here, since I'm putting together 2 different days and 2 different nights, but I did get Big Bear Mountain at the end of last night. Is it that re-rideable? I don't know. I'll probably end up finishing off this night with the same ride, to be honest. But for now, we didn't do Tennessee Tornado. Time for a night ride. Still a very popular ride. Tennessee Tornado all done. The arrow that leaves you begging for more. The only one left, maybe. Tennessee Tornado. Lived up to its reputation from what I had heard about it. Definitely a great night ride as well. That drop is sensational, which is definitely the highlight of it. And I do love that sort of weird, sort of tilting loop element that you first go through in the first loop. But yeah, it's too short. You definitely want more of that ride. Another thing I realized is that I have very little head rattle from Dollywood, which is a testament to the ride operations, like Thunderhead being so smooth and every other ride being fairly well maintained, as I would say, except for now we've got 3 major rides down.
We run this too.
One more credit to do before I left, and that was Whistle Punk Chase, which we just did. Nice little kiddie ride. I've been on some intense kiddie rides at coasters, most namely the one at Knoebels. Why am I out of breath? Lightning rod is reopened. 15-minute wait. 45 minutes left in the park. I'm trying to get over there as fast as possible. Maybe 2 rides, unless it breaks down again. Let's see how we do. I don't know why I'm running, other than just out of worry that it's going to close again. It has not closed yet. I'm literally the only one running over here. It's crazy.
I'm not leaving. Come on, I said, come on this with us.
All right. There's a lot of people that don't know whether or not they want to ride rides here. This is lightning rod. It's about to close. It's a night ride. Let's do it. Looking good, baby. Maybe we'll get a back seat this time. I've had mid-trade rides the entire time. Woo, look at this. This is the stuff of vlog heaven. This is the stuff that you don't see. I've always seen like certain vloggers getting walk-ons on this ride. And here we are. Lightning rod, night ride, nailed. Now doing the loop-de-loop with everybody in front of me and getting right back on.
Please gather all loose articles in preparation for basket.
I am really happy that I got on that ride. Well, not once but twice at night, but because of that, I did get a backseat ride close to the back, like second from back and then second from front on my second ride. There's a 30-minute wait now. There's even like an express queue that's actually lined up as long as the regular queue. So we'll probably get up to 40 minutes now. There's 10 minutes left in the park, but I'm happy with that for the end of my experience here at Dollywood. Dolly, you did it again. Yesterday, you extended the hour so I could get every ride in this park that I wanted to get, all 9 coasters. And then tonight, despite the fact that this ride had been down for all day, they still managed to open it right at the end with an extended hour once again. So fantastic operations. Thank you, maintenance. I've come a long way to get on this ride, and I'm so happy that I managed to get 2 night rides on it. And I'm gonna say it right now, my impressions from it earlier are now changed. Not necessarily from that first ride at night, but the second one closer to the front. I think this might be a front of the seat or front of the train ride for myself, which is very rare because generally I don't like front seat rides. But with the fact that you've got that 20 or plus 20 seconds of airtime on lightning rod, it kind of makes sense that being in the front, it gives it that little extra push once you're hitting all those overbanked airtime hills, etc. It was very impressive, and yeah, I'm very glad that I was able to get that experience because it's now shot up the rankings because of that. So I got 2 rides to conclude the night. I got a second from the front and a second from the back, and super happy that I managed to get that, obviously, because even the night before, while I was on Big Bear Mountain, the lady that I was riding the coaster with, she was saying, oh yeah, we're from here, lightning rod at night is like the best ride. Unfortunately, last night it wasn't running. She's like, I know, it's like a very rare thing, a very rare circumstance, so I'm counting on the fact that she kind of gave me good karma, and I actually got those rides, because that was something I was not expecting. I was about to leave this park and get out of here, and then sure enough looked at the app and it was back up and running. So maintenance, amazing that they managed to pull that off. I can't say enough about that effort. The ride's about to close in a couple minutes, but I'm on my way because I got to go to Wytheville in West Virginia tonight. I've got about a 3-hour ride before I get to my hotel. So I'm perfectly satisfied with that, and I consider that a very successful day. Dolly did it again, 2 nights in a row, extended hours and getting lightning rod up so that way I could get those night rides in MK2 form. I've never ridden the original version of it, yes, but unfortunately this is as good as it gets for me until the new version, MK3 with the chain lift hill, that will debut next spring. The music is also a thing that I didn't discuss, but now we have The Cure in a country version, which is very kind of cool, among many other variations and covers that I've heard all the time I've been here, which has actually been refreshing because I'm not entirely into the music in this region, let's say, but these touches I definitely appreciate because it doesn't make them a little bit more universal for everyone. And yeah, it's really a nice kind of variation on what theme parks don't really do, because usually you're hearing, you know, you're going to be hearing Ariana Grande and Bruno Mars and all that kind of stuff. So it's actually overall, I think I'll take what I said back. It's actually a good thing that that music is original for what Dollywood offers, because yeah, it's really sets it apart from other parks, that's for sure. I never anticipated that it would be as busy as it's been. I actually planned this trip hoping that it wouldn't be, but it didn't work out that way. So that's fine, it actually worked out. Definitely good planning, making sure that I did the 2 days to get everything in without question. And that is a Dollywood vlog, the first drop. We're not going to be named that for much longer, as I alluded to, I think, in this vlog, or possibly yesterday or 2 days ago, but that's besides the point. Had a great time. Overall impressions, it's a good park. It's a great park, but it's not a fantastic park. For me, I definitely feel what that staff member was saying, and I hope I don't get anybody in trouble. But yeah, it's gotten a little bit more corporate-y than, say, I think that it used to be. Maybe on a less busy day, I'd have a different impression of the park, because it was a bit chaotic, lots of families, really hard to navigate, getting around, lots of breakdowns, not just lightning rod. So yeah, it's been an interesting one, to say the least. I can't give them perfect marks here, unlike I did at Silver Dollar City, which was far better executed. I'm coming back here in a couple months, like I said, but I'm kind of now realizing I don't need to be here for 2 days on my next trip, especially if even if the crowds are busy. I just don't feel like, for adults of my taste, i.e. that want high thrills, high intensity rides, there's not much to do here other than the usual suspects. There's like, you know, 5 rides maybe that'll satisfy you, and you can come to this park, get those done, and then you can move on. So yeah, great park, just not what I was quite expecting, I would say. All right, guys, thank you for dropping in for this epic vlog. I have no idea how long it's gonna be. It's been all over the place. It's really been hard to navigate, but hopefully it turns out well. And as always, thanks for dropping in.